All right, Schlockmeisters fans, it's time for the stuff. Let's check it out. The movie starts out in a quarry, and this white stuff starts bubbling up from the ground, and this dude eats it.
Out of your head, buddy. If this is snow, try it once.
No, I don't eat snow.
So this kid, I think his name is Jason, gets up early in the morning, looks for a snack, finds the stuff, some sort of ooze, ice cream. The ice cream people are really mad because the stuff is now being marketed and sold. They hire a spy to figure out what the stuff is. It's Michael Moriarty, he plays Mo. Meanwhile, the stuff has become very popular.
No, don't eat that.
Jason knows better though.
Wrong with it. I had some last night.
Everybody loves it.
It moves around all by itself.
They're addicted to it.
It moves. I saw it move in the refrigerator.
Regulation.
And Mo's peeking around.
They're protected by the FDA Statute of Identities rule. The same law protects Coca-Cola, secret formula for their syrup.
Mo meets up with this lady, an ad exec or something, Nicole.
No problem, right away.
Wants her to help him. Meanwhile, Jason goes crazy in the store trying to kill all the stuff. And Mo meets with a former member of the FDA.
Oh, well, I tried that already, and for some strange reason.
Mo leaves, the guy's dog goes crazy. Even the animals have been eating the stuff. He looks around and runs into Garrett Morris, who's a former ice cream magnate who calls himself Chocolate Charlie. The two of them team up to poke around town.
Nobody's mouth could open that wide.
And for their efforts to find out what's going on, they get attacked by stuff people. What are the stuff people are on to him?
I know that there is something alive in there.
Jason, I mean, there's something alive in yogurt. It's called benign bacteria.
Yes.
I mean, there's something alive in a loaf of bread. It's yeast. I mean, that's a living organism.
Everyone's getting addicted to this stuff, some sort of mind control, and they force him to eat.
Now, you stay in your room until you finish that.
They somehow trust him to eat it on his own, but he flushes it down the toilet. Clearly something ain't right with that. He decides to put shaving cream in the stuff container,
Books off the table.
which probably tastes worse than the stuff.
As a matter of fact.
His parents figure out the ruse, and then he leaves the house and they chase him. And that's when Mo shows up.
I saw it move too. Get in the back.
Spider-Man?
They're gonna try to expose the stuff.
You too.
He wakes up, you keep him entertained. We're not back in 3 hours. You take him to...
Jason wakes up in the plane and discovers there's some stuff there. So he takes... Mo and Nicole are staying in a hotel, and there's stuff in their pillows. This is when they discover that they can kill the stuff by burning it. The guy then comes in, I think he was supposed to attack them, and the stuff goes after him instead. They make their way to the quarry where the stuff is being mined.
Doing?
That stuff comes right out of the center of the earth.
Mo sets some explosive, hijacks the truck, and then blows the stuff. Jason was actually hiding inside that truck.
That stuff won't stay buried for long.
They find their way to some sort of commando group led by Paul Sorvino. With the help of Sorvino and his militia, they infiltrate the stuff factory. They're trying to expose the stuff to the world, but the stuff fights back. They practice a speech that they plan to send across the airwaves.
Do not eat it. Good. If you are a merchant, then you, what is that?
Sell it.
Charlie comes back and joins them, but unbeknownst to them initially, he's been stuffed. And the stuff attacks them all.
Eat it. Repeat, I mark you. Do not eat it. If you are a merchant and have it on your shelves, do not sell it.
If you happen to have a distributor,
People do get the message.
Local authorities caution the public to remain calm. Upon reports of
The ice cream makers have now teamed up with the stuff people.
Make the public pay more. And the balance is natural dairy products.
But at gunpoint, he forces the guys to eat the stuff.
Eat it.
They get hooked on the product themselves. In spite of it all, this stuff is still being sold like drugs on the street, the black market. All right, let's talk about The Stuff. This is from 1985, I believe. Larry Cohen directed this movie. Michael Moriarty stars in it. Those two teamed up on some other films. Q, and I think they were both Chud also in that one. Was that Michael Moriarty in that? I think so. I can't remember. But anyway, The Stuff. I remember when this movie came out originally. It looked great. I'm kind of on the fence about this film. It's about these people who make a product. The product is called The Stuff. It looks like ice cream or custard or some sort of tofu shit that bubbles up out of the ground, and the dude tastes it who works in a quarry. He tastes it, tastes really good, and they end up marketing it and selling it before long. The movie kind of moves at a quick pace where you don't see all the little steps in between. Suddenly they see it in the quarry. Next thing you know, it's on the shelves. Everybody's eating it and everybody's becoming very addicted to it. And it's supposed to be like turn people into like zombies, mind control. I don't know exactly what it was. Now, this little kid, Jason, lives with his family. His family's eating all this stuff, but he sees the stuff moving, literally moving in the refrigerator, kind of like the blob. And he's like, I ain't eating that shit. But his family eats it, and they try to force him to eat it. And they say, eat this, you'll be part of the family again. He refuses to. He flushes down the toilet. He takes off running outside. Then he runs into Michael Moriarty, who plays Mo. Mo has been hired by the ice cream people because the ice cream people are losing profits now because everybody's eating the stuff. So they hired him to try to find out what's in the stuff, to figure out what's going on. And, they want to get back in the market somehow. So Michael Moriarty, Mo, is investigating. He's got this woman named Nicole who's like some sort of ad executive trying to help him out as well. And they realize that there's something going on with this product too. They couldn't figure out how it ever passed the Food and Drug Administration rules and everything. He does some spying at the plant, and they discovered that you can actually burn the stuff. Burning it is about the only thing that will stop it. Again, the stuff, if you've ever seen the original movie, The Blob, or the remake in 1988 maybe of The Blob, it's kind of, the stuff is kind of like The Blob, except there's a lot more of it, and it's there's millions of blob or millions of stuffs. There was only one blob. But anyway, he goes to the quarry where the stuff was discovered. He hijacks a semi, or a truck, I should say, and explodes some explosives and, buries the stuff again under the dirt. But he's like, you know what, they're just going to dig it up again and sell it. So they got to try to get the word out. Now, they end up teaming up with Paul Sorvino. He's like this ex-military man, and he's got a militia. They invade the stuff factory. They're trying to get a warning out to the public, which they do. And eventually the public buys into it, and they start burning all the stuff. And life is allegedly going to get back to normal. But the last scene in the movie, the ice cream people who had hired Michael Moriarty to find out what's going on in the stuff have decided if you can't beat them, join them. They have now hooked up with the stuff people, and they're selling a new product called The Taste, which is 12% stuff, 88% regular ice cream. But there's just enough in that stuff to turn people into zombies and whatever else. So the movie kind of ends with him forcing them to eat the stuff, the original product, so they get hooked on it. And we see, like dozens of pails on the floor after they're started to eat it. And then we see that the stuff is still being sold on the black market, kind of like drugs on the street. So the stuff is still going to be around, as is the taste. So nothing was really resolved in this movie, and that's how it ends. Again, I'm kind of on the fence about this movie because, again, it moved at such a quick pace that there's a lot of steps in between. I don't think they needed to expand more as to what exactly was going on, why they were, what was the origin of the stuff. We know it came from the ground or something. Did it come from outer space? I don't know, but it was in the ground. And what is the purpose? What's the end game, I guess, of the people who are selling this stuff? And maybe I missed it, but I'm like, are they trying to take over the world or something? I don't know what their plan is, why they want to turn everybody into stuff zombies, but I don't know. It was never really explained. And the movie, almost seemed like they didn't know how to end the movie either. I thought it was kind of clever having a new product, which was part stuff, part ice cream. But again, what's the purpose of it all? What's the end game? I don't know. I think I miss it. Now, the movie was still entertaining. I just didn't know why or the motives behind the stuff people, what they were doing. I'll just leave it at that. No nudity, a little bit of gore, a little bit of violence, I guess you could say. Some kind of nifty effects. Again, this movie's also played for laughs a little bit too, but it was enjoyable, but not as much. I don't enjoy this movie as much as some people do. We'll just leave it at that. Anyway, that is the stuff. I have this on this old Anchor Bay DVD. Pretty sure this has been released on Blu-ray since then, and I'll leave a link to that down below. Did you love the stuff? If so, let me know about it. Leave some comments down below, and we can argue maybe. It's the stuff. Check it out. Leave some comments, and click that link to buy it. Watch it. Bye.